Hi, this is ABBAS HUSSAIN from Behind the Gloves, and I'm here with the ever charismatic, the well smart dressed in the room, Michael Venom Page, MVP. How are we doing today, sir?
I'm doing amazing, man. I'm excited, ready to rock and roll, man.
You've always got something to say. You know, you say you're the show stealer. You say that you're going to steal the show on Friday, 20th of October. What can fans expect from your debut?
Mate, I always say, go in and just do a little bit of investigation. Go online, type in Michael Venom Page online and just watch some of the highlights. I want to try and bring that. When I say that, I'm not throwing kicks. It's boxing, but that kind of style, that kind of charisma, that's just me. That's Showtime me. That's Showtime me, and I can't turn that off. If there's more eyes watching, I put on more of a show, and that's exactly it. You guys need to go and buy your tickets, show up, give me that energy, and I'll give it straight back to you.
You talked about the transition there. I don't want to, people are going to ask you the same question and again, but what's the hardest thing? I know you're saying you're training to be a marathon runner, not a sprinter. What's the hardest thing you've had to do in training to adjust?
Muscular endurance. Mainly the shoulders. I've got a lot of power at the beginning, and then as the rounds go in, it starts to drop. And the difference between me and a boxer is, in the later rounds, they still got power. It may not be as devastating as when they first start and when they first go in, but it's still devastating power, and that's going to be the difference. And I think we saw it in the McGregor fight. Later in the rounds, he was still hitting, he's still landing shots, but it was like throwing baby powder out. He didn't have the same energy to cause any problem at all. I don't think we've ever seen a Mayweather walk through somebody in that manner, and it's because of exactly that. I don't think he had enough time. 10 weeks, not enough time to go from one discipline to the next. You need a bit more, or unless he's doing shorter rounds. Now, if he was doing 4 to 6 rounds, now we saw a competitive 3, and that fourth round arguable, but 4 rounds for McGregor to go in, he's dangerous. You know what I mean? 6 rounds, I think he'd still be dangerous. He can train for that. But when you're trying to train for 12 rounds, it's different.
Last time I spoke to you, you said that you want to give 100% to this sport. You know, you don't want to go there feeling you've done 8 out of 10, or you've done a 6 out of 10 from your performance. You want a 10 out of 10 from your performance. How long do you reckon you reach that sort of level? How many fights do you reckon in boxing you'll need to reach that sort of level?
I don't think it's going to take me that long, because I'm focused on it. Remember, 25 minutes I train for, so I'm used to that, but I train the whole body. Sometimes we're lying down, you know what I mean? And that's a different type of energy. I find jiu-jitsu tends to be a lot of a mental strain than not as much as a physical strain. But with boxing, it's a physical strain right the way through it. Mental as well, but it's a physical strain right the way through. And I need to make sure that mentally I can stay there and I can hang there, and physically I'm still matching the people. I've still got the movement I have at the beginning, at the end.
You know, every time somebody mentions the name, it's always that clip on YouTube where, you know, you need the guy in the head, he's finished, but then you pull it on your Pokeball, you roll the Pokeball. What celebrations are you looking at if you're going to, for the professional game? What can boxing fans expect from yourself?
It's the way, you know what, you're the first person to ask me about a celebration in boxing. First person to ask me about. I always say it's always about the timing that the fight happens. I'm very aware of social media, shall I say. I'm very aware of it, and I've got a team that's very aware of it. So they'll let me know, this is what's popping right now, this is what's good. And I like to be playful with that kind of stuff. So I go in there, get my job done first, and then, you know what, for me, those little things are, it's another interaction with the crowd. You know what I mean? And I like to impress, I like to put on a show, and that second interaction is something that other people can speak about again, and it makes you want to come back. There's always that the clip at the end of a Marvel movie makes you want to stay. It's exactly that, and I always put that little clip on as well.
But how much did that enhance your sort of profile? Because that was a clip that people saw and thought, you know what, that's a cool, even if they didn't watch the fight, they were like, wow, that's a cool celebration. How much did that enhance your profile? Yeah,
100%, it massively. There was 3 points for that fight. Obviously the injury is a bad injury, and he's all recovered now. He's all good. He's actually looking to come back and fight. It was the celebration, and it was just the knee itself, the timing of the knee itself. So it was just an added aspect to make people want to tune into that fight. You know what I mean? So everyone found a reason to watch it, and it was like trending on Facebook, #1 trending on Facebook for like 2 weeks, which is massive. It went everywhere. And that's the kind of stuff I bring. I always dropping something else in there, and like I said, it makes you want to come back and watch me again.
That's one you picked.
It's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.